Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, what I like to do is to create videos that I would have found helpful when I first got out looking for treasure. Today's video is going to be testing silver. If you missed it, I'll put a little pip right there that sends you back to the first in the series. This is going to be a three-part series in which we go through acid testing gold, which was the first part, and talking about acids in general. That went a little long, so I decided we're going to split it up into three smaller videos. This next one is about silver. We'll talk about silver, and then if you hang out with my channel, we'll also talk about rolled gold and gold fill for the third and final video in this series. What I have arrayed here is coin silver, which is 90% silver, sterling silver, which is 925 silver, pure silver, or 3/9 fine. This is a Chinese piece. A piece of trash that looks like silver. A piece that is 75% silver and 25% gold. I don't know how this one's going to go. It didn't go very well over in our gold testing video, but you know what? We'll try it over here. And then last but not least, we have a piece of 800 German silver, which is 80%. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to array the different pieces across here and sort of show you how I've been finding silver acid testing to work, the tricks that I've been using to try to make it work more or less. Now, this is something that kind of looks like silver. I don't think it is. Oh, see that color? If you are acid testing, you may want to wear gloves. Why, you ask? Well, because I got a little bit of acid on my fingers before I washed it off, and it did that. That's the color that'll occur on your fingers if you get a little acid on it. So let that be a lesson. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to actually just go ahead and, if you're doing silver and you're thinking maybe you have silver plate, the technique that I found that works the best for me, and granted, when I say it works the best for me, nothing works perfectly because it's silver acid testing. But what I like to do is, if I think it might be silver plate, I will end up scratching it on here, and I'll actually scratch it quite a bit. I don't find that my silver testing works well unless I actually get a fair bit of material. If I think it's plate, what I will do though is I will scratch it a bunch there, and then I will keep scratching it in a different spot, on the stone. Again, trying to get plenty of material. And keep in mind, if you didn't see part one where I talked about this thing, we are somewhat destructively testing this. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get down through the plate to whatever's underneath. And then we will be using our test silver in a second. But I'm also going to give you sterling, so you can actually see what sterling looks like. And this is 925 silver. And we'll give you an idea of what this looks like. Now, I like to use something that Sherry over at Blessed Baubles taught me, which is these. And I'll show you how these work. So you'll need the acid, which is pretty cheap online. There'll be a link in the description. So that's a sterling one. And then we're going to go with our mystery object. And this was something that I know is 75% silver and 25% gold because it's been on an XRF machine. It just looks funny, and we had to toss it on the XRF machine because it just seems strange. It's all one material, and it's got a little bit of a gold cast to it, but it's only 25% gold. Here we have a piece of very easy to bend because it is pure silver. So we'll go ahead and show you what pure silver looks like. And again, I find these tests don't really work great unless I do have a fair bit of material on there. And you can see we kind of ended up shining it up a little bit. And now 90% silver. I think we're going to go on the edge right here. Okay. Yep. That should be good for the material. 90% silver. I like to try to arrange these so that I remember where they are. And then this one is 800 silver, so we'll do that here. So this should be 80% silver. Now, I haven't had this on an XRF machine, and it's not really going to matter for this test, which I think you'll see as I show it here in a moment. But sometimes this is marked, as you can see, 800 there. And that was the law to mark things 800. If they made something out of sterling, they still had to legally mark it as 800. You'll find this a lot with like Scandinavian silver will actually be marked as 830 silver because that was the law, but they will have made it out of 925 silver. It's, how do you tell without an XRF machine? You really don't. But it is something to keep in mind. All right, so we're going to start off with this silver test acid. And this stuff, you want to give it like a moment to do its thing. And what should happen, and you can get a white test stone. If you're testing mostly like silver, you can get a white test stone so you don't have to do this last bit, which I'll be doing here in a second. But if you have a white test stone and it turns like bright red, then you know you have silver. If you don't have a white test stone, then you want to use a Q-tip like this, or a few Q-tips. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause and I'm going to wait about a minute just to let this acid do its job. Okay, and we're back. Now what I'm going to do with these pieces is I'm going to grab our acid, and what we're looking for when that goes away is red, which we have there. So this piece, which I thought looked like silver but also seemed like trash, it's silver. Look at that. Now we can retest it. It's very faint, so it might be that we were getting plate on it. And I suppose what we can do here is, this was the, no, we're not going to do that. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to give it a really good scratcheroo and we'll retest it. And the reason I want to give it a really good scratcheroo is I want to get through whatever might be on the surface, as I said, and then we can test what's underneath. So we're going to let this one do its thing while we check these other ones. But that red color is what we're looking for with this, which is again why that white stone can help you, because if you're using a white stone, you can see that these are red. With this black stone, we definitely see that guy's red, but the rest of them, I don't know. Okay. Let's go with our properly sterling piece and show you what that looks like. You can already see the red coming through there. See all that red? That's positive for sterling. This one, I don't know what it's going to do because it is such a weird little guy. But we also have our red. And as this, as the yellow evaporates, you will see. Yeah. Sterling, we got our red. Wacky 75% silver. We've got a little bit of red down in there and black, and that's what 75% silver, 25% gold looks like apparently with an acid test. Who knew? Okay, now what we want to do is our pure silver. This should be nice and red for us. Yeah, look at all that red. You can see it even before it evaporates. But once it evaporates, this whole thing is going to be nice and red. Now we've got our coin silver. Same thing, nice and red. You can already start to see it coming through there. As this evaporates, you can see we've got lots of red in there. And again, same thing here. And then our last one is this 800 silver, which is hopefully 800 silver. And again, you can start to see the red coming through. As that evaporates, you get more red. And then we'll go over and we'll use the other end of this one to retest this piece. I guess this little ring, which I thought was kind of trashy, it's silver. Look at all that red. It's probably even sterling. Let that be a lesson to you. If you don't have any red, you don't have silver. Now I'm going to show you an edge case here real quick with a very odd thing. This is silver, sort of. Silver filled. So 1/20th of the content of this thing is silver. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and we'll sacrifice a little bit of the back of this for demonstration purposes. Normally, if something's nice and marked, you wouldn't necessarily do something like this. But the first thing is I wanted to show sort of what something that's plated will look like. You can see how it's got kind of a coppery look to it. And then if we look on the back, you can see where we got through to some copper there. And when I said that we're trying to get through to some base material, that's what we're trying to do. Now, if we test this, this will actually probably come back as positive for silver, or it will come back as positive for silver. We'll get our red. But if you kept scratching here, you would then test that and you'd be testing for copper. You wouldn't get any red. But I wanted to just sort of show you what happens with a plated object. And this is a thickly plated object because it's fill. It's a real thick plate of silver on it. But even with a fill piece, you can get down to where you can see the copper or the base metal. So I'll show you how these look after they have dried a little bit. You can see our silver. There's some red in there. There's some red in I think all of these. Yep, there's our red. And you'll get more red the more material you put on it. I didn't do as scratchy as I usually like to do on a piece like this because, well, I like my silver. I kind of didn't want to damage it. And this will show you what happens. Now, if you really come back and you think it is still silver, just test it again. And, test it, test again. Now, there's another trick that people talk to me about. Does it work? Yes, I think. Maybe. So we're going to do some sterling here. And you know what? What the heck? We're going to do our weirdo 75%, 25% piece. There we go. And what we're going to use is we're going to use 18 karat. Now, if it turns bright blue, apparently there's silver there. Does this test always work? Not for me. Does this test work for a lot of people? Many people swear by it. They do. But there you got it. See that bright blue color? And you can even see you got some of that blue going on in there. Is that a better test than this other acid, the with the red stuff? That one's up to you. Realistically, with this acid testing, I think everyone needs to sort of figure out how comfortable they are with it, because it's useful. Is it perfect? No, absolutely not perfect. Is it something you do have to tinker with a little bit to get right? Yes. So if you go out and get an acid test to test your silver and you get some weird results, don't fret, because weird results just seem to be how acid testing is. Just keep looking at it, try to figure it out. Keep in mind there might be something on the surface of your pieces. If a piece is particularly shiny, it may be rhodium plated. You might not be getting through the rhodium to get down to the silver. If you feel a piece is silver, but you can't get this stuff to test right for you, try the 18 karat. See what that does. And if that works, maybe then retest it in the same spot with more material on the orange, or the, excuse me, the, yeah, orangish reddish stuff. And then also keep in mind that the test acid does go bad. I suspect that this one went bad because I realized the lid got cracked and I think it's been exposed to air. So even though you did see some of the red, that isn't as much red as I usually see when I do it. Leave a comment. Is this acid now bad? It may be. I said in the first video of the series, and I'll reiterate it here, I wanted to make some acid testing videos because people requested. I acid test on camera because people requested in the first place. Do I like acid testing? I'm torn. I think it can be useful sometimes. If there's a piece I really just kind of want to know about right away, I will go ahead and acid test that, and I'm a happy camper just to sort of see real quick. Especially with, like, I find the 14 karat acid testing works well. With the silver stuff, I am definitely a little torn on it. It is not my favorite. I think it is useful, but you have to interpret, and you definitely have to feel comfortable with a little bit of ambiguity. Now, the nice red color that you get off of this stuff, if it's good, and your silver's good, I do like. It has definitely given me some real positive results on some things. You know, like this is definitely coin silver, but, and I hadn't tested this before this video, by the way, but it is, when I say coin silver, it's marked as such too. See the 900 there. But I don't know. I think you need to decide for yourself how you feel about acid testing. Now, the good news about acid testing is it's very, very, very cheap. You know, you buy the stone and you buy the whole set for like 25 bucks, maybe 30 bucks, depends on the day, on Amazon. And that's it. It doesn't cost you anything more than that. Maybe if you're smart and you're not a doofus like me, you'll wear gloves, so it might cost you a touch more than that for some rubber gloves. But yeah, that is acid testing of silver. Stay tuned to my channel. I will also be doing a weirder video about acid testing gold fill. And that is something I'm about to film right now. I'm not sure when it will be up on the channel, though. Stay tuned. If you enjoyed this content, please consider subscribing if you haven't yet. I hope this kind of stuff will earn your subscription. Leave a comment if you have any questions or suggestions. Definitely suggestions, because like I am not great with this silver, this acid testing thing, and if I'm entirely honest, it doesn't like me, and I don't like it. Oh, this is a neutralizer. So this is the acid neutralizer that I'm putting on here. That came with the set too. Yeah. Most importantly, though, I hope that you maybe learned something in this video that you can use to go out and find yourself some treasure.
Like this, I've been comment.